welcome back to the farm. If you're new here, my name is Nina. I'm a homeschooling, homesteading mom of 4, ages 9 down to 4, and here on my channel I talk all about homeschooling, homesteading, and homemaking. Today's video, I am just walking you through how I balance work and homeschool at the same time. This video is in no way to give you a step-by-step, this is how that you should do things, but it is just a look into how I make everything work for our family and how I'm able to work part-time and homeschool my kids at the same time. I realize that everybody's situation is going to be unique based upon your lifestyle, if you have family that can help you, and also your jobs, and even how your homeschool looks. So my hope in this video is just to encourage you if you are looking into going back to work part-time or full-time and still want to homeschool your children, or if you are just looking for maybe some tips of how you could do things. So that is my hope and my prayer for this video. It is in no way to make you feel bad or to be like, well, I'm not doing enough or anything like that. Because we all live different lives, and we are called to the life that God has given us in the season that He has given us. So I'm just going to walk you through some things that I kind of do and have that are very helpful to me in keeping the balance between work and homeschool. So first, I'm going to explain my situation so that you kind of know where I'm coming from. I have recently, within the last 6 months to a year, started slowly kind of working part-time as a situation it presented itself to me. My mom is a catering coordinator for a local barbecue restaurant here in our town, and I have worked with her in catering. She owned a catering business for years and years, all through me growing up. So I have been in that industry for a long time, and so I've come on to help her and be alongside her and to help her get a lot of these catering events done. So most of my work is all part-time. I also teach gymnastics at the gym that my girls are doing competitive gymnastics at, so I teach while they practice. So that's a little bit of our situation and what's going on. I do not work full-time, so that I'm only coming from a part-time perspective, but I'm sure that you could make it work if you have to. I've known people in our community that they have worked full-time. Either they work at night and one spouse works at night and one spouse works during the day, or they have parents or grandparents or somebody or friends that help them out with their children while they were able to work. So it is a possibility if this is something that you feel like God is calling you to. I would say the best thing that keeps me kind of on track is my tools for time management. And what I mean by that are my planners. These things keep me organized and keep me on track and so that I know what is coming up in the week, and I know where I need to be and where we are in school and all the things. So like I said, because of catering and the way that everything works with us, I do not work every day of the week. Most of the time I only work 2 to 3 days a week during the work week. Sometimes that may only be 1 day a week. It just depends on the schedule and the events that we have coming up. A lot of our events are on the weekends, so we cater a lot of weddings, a lot of parties, corporate events, anything that you could think of that you need to cater for, that is what we do. So as far as keeping things straight for our work week, I use color code. I've shared these before. I did it on a planner, like a homeschool planner, but I use these friction pens. It's the Pilot friction pen with the eraser, and they click. And you can erase, you can write in pen and then you can erase. So if you need to change something, you see where I've kind of erased something there. So if you need to change something, it can be erased, because my schedule changes from day to day, week to week, month to month. I just got a text right before I started filming this that Mom needed me to do something on Friday this week. So it's ever changing, and that's fine. You just have to be able to plan ahead and to work through that in your schedule. So I try to color code. So gym is pink, and catering is orange, and then anything else as far as appointments I just write in pen. So I try to keep that color code so it's easy for my eyes to see. I don't miss anything. I'm where I need to be. We do have family that are very close by that help us out, that can watch our kids while I am working. Daniel's mom helps out. My mom, my stepdad, all of them are very good about helping us out, and can usually watch the kids when I am working. And Daniel also will watch them at night, or not watch them. He's not their babysitter. He's their dad, but the kids, the kids may be with him. It's just, we try to make it work. We sit down and ebb and flow about this. But anyway, as far as homeschool goes, I have found the best thing is to reverse plan. I do not plan ahead. I plan based upon what our week looks like. So this, for instance, was last week. Last week I worked on Tuesday and Friday. So you see Monday is completely filled out. I worked on Tuesday, so all the kids did on Tuesday was their spelling. Wednesday was a crazy day. I'm not sure though why the younger two didn't do school that day, but they didn't. And then Thursday we did school, a complete day of school. And then Friday we did not do school at all because I worked all day long on Friday. So it's different. It's week to week. So I do not plan anything ahead. I wait and just write down. I basically use my planner as a journal. The curriculum that I picked, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. The curriculum that I picked has a detailed schedule in it, and we just pick it up and do the next lesson. Some days, if we have a lot of time, they will do a couple of lessons to try to get us ahead. On days where we're like, we need to do just one lesson, that's all that we do. So I try to be flexible as I can on our homeschool. And the other thing I did, like I said, for curriculum, is I picked a curriculum that is very open and go for this year. I knew we were going to be busy. This was going to be kind of my first year kind of stepping into going back to work part-time and working in homeschooling. So I wanted something that was going to be easy for us to do, that was going to have short lessons, that we were going to be able to sit down and just I wasn't going to have to prepare a lot of manipulatives or have a lot of supplies for. I just wanted something that was very open and go. And so that was one of the reasons why we picked a lot of master books things this year. It is very open and go. You don't need a lot of components. So if we are doing this on the road, all I need to do is pick up a binder and take it with us. Where I don't need a ton of flashcards, I don't need several different books or anything like that. It's very much easy for us to get to, and we can do that. And also, on days where we don't have a lot of time, all that we get to and all that I focus on are the basics, math and language arts, and that's it. On days where we're home, we will do our morning basket, which includes our history and our science. But tip there is we don't do history and science on the same day. We flip-flop them. I'm not exactly worried about getting them through a complete science curriculum in a year or a complete history curriculum in a year. I figure that's just something that we're going to come back to again and again. And so if we only get to touch on those things little bits at little bits, that's fine with me. I'm not worried about them learning huge chunks of information and trying to memorize all of that stuff, because I know that they're going to come back to it. And my biggest goal with homeschooling right now is 1, getting them to learn their math, 2, getting them to learn to read and to understand English and do all the comprehension things. So those are, like I said, those are my 2 biggest things that we do every day of the week, and spelling is included in that as well. But also basically just having them love learning and having them learn how to find information, because that's basically what we need to do. If you think about it, as adults, we know where to find the information if we need it. how many of us can recall all the dates in history that we learned in high school? I can't. And I was a very good student in school. I couldn't tell you half the things that I learned in high school. Right now, I am just focusing on our kids just having a love of learning and not being like overbearing with our schedule and sticking to this strict schedule. So another thing that we have that is unique to us is we have a village. So whatever your village looks like for helping you with your children, whether it's parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, whatever that may be, if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. I was for the longest time, and I still feel guilty for asking for help. I feel like as their parent, I should be the one that can handle it all and do all this, and that is just not the case. We are made to live in community. One day I may need somebody to take my kids for a few hours so that I can do a few things, and then a few days later I may need to take somebody else's kids so that they can go do things that they need to do for a few hours. We are created to live in community, and that is what I want our kids to do for sure. Another thing that has been very helpful for us is having routines. We're not exactly great at this, but our kids know when they wake up, we are to get breakfast going, get dressed, get our morning chores done, which is usually feed animals, cleaning up the house a little bit so that we can get ready to start school. I tried to talk with them later, like the night before, and be like, okay, the next day you're going to Pop's house, or you're going, we're at home all day, so we're going to do a full school day. I try to prep them the night before so they know what is coming the next day. They know what is expected of them the next morning. And I try to go through and set the order of our school the same, no matter whether we have a short day or a long day or it's broken up. We do the same thing first. The big kids sit down and do Explode the Code and spelling first. I sit down and work with the little kids, and then the little kids are done, and then I finish up with the older kids. That's how it goes the entire time. If we have morning basket, they know that comes first. If they say, I'm skipping morning basket, they know they go straight into Explode the Code and spelling. So they know what is expected. They know what's coming. Staying flexible is another thing. I am a very type A planner. I like to have things planned out. I like to know what's coming. I don't like surprises. I don't like for things to be thrown on me at the last minute. But with the way my job situation is, I can't control that. So I try to have things set up at home so that we can be as flexible as we can. So I just try to, when I have the time to multitask, I can be in the kitchen loading the dishwasher while the kids are going through their schoolwork. Daniel has also been very, very good at helping me get things done, helping me get kids to where they need to be, and just helping our house flow smoothly. We are a team. We have always had that mindset that me and him are a team. We're a partnership. It's not one sole person's responsibility to do the dishes. It's not one sole person's responsibility to do all the cooking, the cleaning, the yard work, all the work as it is. We are a team. We are a family. We jump in and help where the other person needs us to help. There are days where I need to do things because he's going to be later getting home. There are days where he knows that I am going to be gone all afternoon, and he needs to kind of come in and maybe get the load in the dishwasher going so that this thing's empty so that I can start supper when I get here. And we just have a balance between us that works very well. And we have open communication too. We try to sit down on Sunday nights and go over each other's schedule for the week so that we're both aware of what is going on with our family, what appointments we have coming up, where I'm going to be that week in my work schedule, where he's going to be, if I need help on his end getting somebody to gymnastics or to their activities, can he be here to do that, or do I need to find somebody else to do it? we just kind of sit down on Sunday nights and kind of go through that with the entire week, so that we're both on the same page. There's no surprises, and he knows when I'm working and when I'm not. And my last bit of advice, or it would just be encouragement, that if there is a way, there is a will. That saying, if this is something that God's calling you to, if you need to go back to work for whatever, but you still feel that tug towards homeschooling, just pray about it. God will supply a way for you to be able to do that. He will lead you in how to best make all of this work. I've shared a few tools that I use, but I realize everybody's situation is going to be different. So I can't really sit down and be like, this is the 5 steps to being able to work at home and homeschool at the same time. I didn't feel like that would be helpful for anybody because it could not be your situation. But I just wanted to go through a few things, and just because I get asked all the time, girl, I don't know how you do all that you do. One, I don't do everything well at one time, especially. Daniel and I have had that conversation where I can do 3 things. I can homeschool really well, or I can homemake really well, or I can homestead really well. We have pared down our homestead, our farm, a lot right now, because it's a busy season for us. Our kids are going in several different directions. Daniel's with one of our children at an archery event right now. The other kids are playing outside. That's why it's quiet in here. I can't do everything well by myself, that's for sure. It's a juggling act. You're holding one thing at a time and throwing the other ones up. So whatever that one thing is that you're holding in your hand, do that really well and then throw it up. And whatever that next thing that falls down is, do that really well and throw it up. That is the best advice I have for you, is just do the one thing that is in front of you really well, and not to worry about the other ones, but if you put the work in, when you release it, it will work. So I hope this was helpful. I hope somebody found this helpful. I hope it wasn't a bunch of rambling. I tried to sit down and just have a heart-to-heart chat with you about this topic. If you have any questions, I can try to answer those down in the comments, whether it pertains to work and homeschooling, or just homeschooling, or anything in life in general. I will love to get to know you more down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already, and we would love for you to subscribe and stick around so that we can connect here more with you on YouTube. And we are so grateful for those of you that keep coming back week after week to support us, and we are so thankful. It goes a long way to helping this channel grow, and we look forward to what God has for us in the future. And with that, I'll catch you in a new video very soon. Bye, guys.